Please consult a doctor before you try alternate day fasting or any major dietary changes. I'm not a doctor. The information I'm sharing are my experiences and opinions. Hey everybody, my name is Joe and I'm here to talk to you about my experience with intermittent alternate day fasting. I'm going to be talking to you today about day 11, a fast day, and it was definitely the easiest fast day I've had since this started. The fast days have progressively gotten easier, pretty much every one of them. There's every fast day that comes and goes, there seems to be, the cravings come a little bit later and there seems to be less of them. I did still get some pretty intense cravings in the evening, but I worked through them and once again, they're somewhat intense, but you get through them and they're not that bad. And when you're having the craving, you're like, man, this isn't going to go away. But it does go away. And then you feel fine. You actually feel really good. And you get through it. Then you realize, just the more you do this, you realize these cravings are temporary. They pass. It's just not that big of a deal to get through them. So the alternate day fasting's really been going pretty smooth for me. I'm glad it came into my life. There's a lot of history with fasting, and the more I learn about it, the more I'm convinced of its benefits. So beyond just weight loss, there's a definite spiritual aspect to fasting that is beneficial, and I want to explore more while I'm doing this for sure. And there's also a mind aspect to it. There's clarity of thought. I mean, actually, the first couple of days, or the first couple of fast days, you get a little bit foggy. It's a little bit hard to concentrate because you're having a lot of these cravings. But the longer I go, the more clarity that I have. I even have more clarity on my eat days, right after having a fast day. So I honestly think it's really good for your mind, your body, and your spiritual life. I have been reading a little bit about the history of fasting, and I want to share with you a paragraph that I found on an article that I thought was interesting. There are a couple of names in here that I am going to struggle with, so bear with me. I'm probably not going to pronounce them right, but don't hold it against me. So here we go. Used for thousands of years, fasting is one of the oldest therapies in medicine. Many of the great doctors of ancient times and many of the oldest healing systems have recommended it as an integral method of healing and prevention. Hippocrates, the father of Western medicine, believed fasting enabled the body to heal itself. Paracelsus, another great healer in Western tradition, wrote 500 years ago that fasting is the greatest remedy. The physician within. Ayurvedic medicine has long advocated fasting as a major treatment. In ancient Greece, Pythagoras was among many who extolled its virtues. During the 14th century, fasting was practiced by Saint Catherine of Siena, while the Renaissance doctor Paracelsus called it the physician within. Indeed, fasting in one form or another is a distinguished tradition, and throughout the centuries, devotees have claimed it brings you physical and spiritual renewal. Like I promised, I botched a couple of those names and words, but I hope you guys got the gist of it. Current doctors, and doctors 500 years ago, or healers 500 years ago, were talking about the virtues of fasting. I think that at some point, in between that 500-year time span, and probably longer, fasting kind of got lost. I was always taught it was something to fear and to be afraid of, but kind of glad that it's coming back into people's lives, and I think it's a beneficial thing. Once again, though, I'm not a doctor. I'm sure that it's not good for everybody. If you have underlying health issues, it's not going to be good for every single person. But if you're interested in it, talk to your doctor about it, and maybe it'll do some good things in your life. Well, I think that's going to be it today, guys. I'm sure I will talk to you again soon.